The first game at Bryant Stadium. The Bryant Hornets finally get to play at home. Good evening. Rob Patrick with Jim Legrone. And we're here for the Hornets opener at home against the Malvern Leopards. The Hornets 2-0, the Leopards 0-2. Can the Hornets make it 3-0?
Oh, they're going to make it 3-0 in a great way, Rob. Such electricity tonight. Bryant's celebrating 50 years of football. And so we're excited about those guys going to be here. The first quarterback who threw a first touchdown pass and the guy who caught it's here. So we're going to have a lot of fun tonight around the stadium. The keys tonight, I think, are very simple. Bryant's got to stay within themselves. The Hornets don't need to get so excited about this game they can't play. And just do what they've been doing, which is ball control, do their passing game that's really good, and continue to run effectively, and they're going to be okay. Malvern is still a young football team. Last year they were all sophomores. Now they're all juniors. They're better, but they're still young.
It's always a good rivalry, and Malvern's a proud tradition, but the Hornets seem to be on a roll. We'll have the action for you in just a moment.
Balloonaticks in Benton is the largest balloon and gift store in Arkansas. You'll find more than 700 different balloons for all occasions, but that's only the start. Balloonaticks also has candy bouquets, custom-made gift baskets, hundreds of soft, cuddly stuffed animals, a big selection of over-the-hill gag gifts and party supplies. Balloonaticks is your Thai Beanie Babies official club headquarters. We do custom decorating for any event, and we deliver from Glen Rose to Little Rock. So what are you waiting for? Join the fun with Pat Gibson and her friendly, courteous staff at Balloonaticks.
BTS, it's back to school.
At Benton Bryant Karate for Kids Family Center, it's back to fun. Karate is great for kids. Build self-esteem and confidence. Learn self-defense and more at Karate for Kids.
BTS.
Want to do this? We'll show you how. Get started today with our back-to-school special, just $19.95.
BTS, it's back to school.
Benton and Bryant's Karate for Kids.
To demonstrate the unique construction of a Simmons Beauty Rest pocketed coil.
I wonder what would happen on our mattress.
John, we don't have a Simmons Beauty Rest.
Individual pocketed coil springs to reduce movement and help give
John,
you undisturbed.
we don't have a Simmons Beauty Rest.
How much less movement will you feel on a Simmons
John,
Beauty
we don't.
Only Simmons has the Do Not Disturb mattress.
Katie?
Whoa!
Save up to 50% on Simmons Beauty Rest. All sizes on sale. Ferguson's in Benton next to Walmart.
The holiday season is here again, so let Croft Jewelers offer you something your loved one will never forget. Jewelry with a unique design. Jewelry custom made to fit your desires. Plus a lifetime guarantee on all diamond jewelry at Croft's. All this plus a price you cannot afford to miss.
Hi, I'm David Croft. At Croft Jewelers, we emphasize quality, service, and selection, and we guarantee it.
Croft Jewelers, Little Rock, North Little Rock, and now in Benton to better serve you.
Location, location, location. These are three of the most important words in real estate, and Penfield Real Estate Better Homes and Garden is one of the most experienced real estate agencies in Saline County. Penfield Real Estate Better Homes and Garden is part of a nationwide network of real estate firms that have combined resources to give you the advantage of our local expertise plus the benefit of our nationally recognized and respected name. So remember, when it comes to real estate, come to Penfield Real Estate Better Homes and Garden.
Johnston's Maytag Benton Silvac has a new location, now at 1423 Military Road next to the new post office in Benton. But we've still got the best appliances, parts, and service you've known for over 20 years. We sell, repair, and service all makes and models. Check out our gas grill selection, sewing machines, televisions, vacuum cleaners, and much, much more.
If we don't have it, you probably don't need it.
Now at 1423 Military next to the new post office in Benton.
So now they're about to go to the center of the field for the toss of the coin. And again, Jim, why don't you go over your keys for the Hornets for this victory?
Well, I really think the key for the Hornets, on the defensive side of the football, they've got to contain the speed that Malvern has. They don't have the Harold Harris and the Madre Hills they've had, but they're still quick, and so they're going to be able to do that. And, man, textbook football is stopping the run. They've got to be able to control that no matter what formation Malvern decides tonight. They've got to be able to stop that run. I think really Bryant's only got a couple of keys. They want to avoid turnovers, of course. They need to cut down on those penalties, which go right along with that, as they've had too many in the first couple of games. But really, they just need to be focused, play within themselves. They're very excited about playing here at home tonight, and let people know they're for real. There's all these doubters all the time, you know. They're a good football team, and they deserve the success they've had so far. Nothing's come cheap. They hadn't had any game given to them, and they're anxious to prove that tonight. but sometimes you get just a little too up for a game. And so I don't know who's going to get the ball first on the. I don't know who's got it. Malvern is going to receive, which I think works to the Hornets' advantage. You know, there's an old axiom by a lot of people to play defense first, get those hits out of the way, kind of get in the flow of the game, and they'll be ready to start. 3 and out, Rob. They're just about to run through the paper, and I think we're just about ready to get ready. And you know something else I've noticed? We got a whole lot of folks in these reserve seats tonight.
We do indeed. We sold some tickets, and people are excited about this football team. Hornets take the field, and we're just about ready for kickoff on Falcon Cable. Rob Patrick, Jim LeGrone. They brought back the cannon, Jim.
They brought back the cannon, and I felt it, so this is good. They need to aim it somewhere else. Let me go to our sponsor list again tonight for the Bryant football broadcast. We're sponsored by Rick Stevens Insurance Agency, by Shane Broadway, by the Learning Center, by the Bryant Times, your hometown newspaper, by the Bryant Booster Club, by Cupsea, by Coach Monty Big Real Estate, and by Rick Laverty and Dinah McEwen of Liberty Real Estate.
Hornets the Leopards are taking the field. Hornets getting final instructions from their special teams coach. Many of the coaches on the Hornet staff and the Mustang staff are quite good too.
Did you know I saw where 5 of them are recognized for having the greatest increases in the school as far as their test scores from their students.
Great to hear.
So we want to let them know that they can also coach that academic world. They also teach more than just athletes. They're in regular classrooms.
Indeed. Josh Hall will be doing the kicking for the Hornets, who are dressed all in blue with white trim, white numbers, and a little red here or there. The Leopards, white jerseys, but they've got their black pants with orange trim, orange helmets. It's Halloween when the Leopards play.
I tell you, it looks like 1949 for the former Hornets.
The ball kick. And it's the deep one coming to the far sideline. Inside the 5 at the 1. Oh no, he stepped into the end zone for a field touchback. And that's what you like to see on a kickoff.
Absolutely. It's one of the greatest weapons that you have. You start them out on the 20. Now, we saw a great field position football played last week. The Hornets were able to contain them and kept them on their end of the field, and we played a couple of quarters just on their side.
Once again, the Leopards on offense start with Lynn Honeycutt at the quarterback slot. He had a little touch of the flu this week, but he's in there starting now. Fullback is Patrick Hunter. He's a senior. Terrence Cross, a sophomore tailback, who is actually there. Looks like, yes, that's looks like a formation. Michael Murray is the wingback. And off to Cross on the right side. Tries to get to the outside and does. He's across the 25 and out past the 30 for a first down. And the first play, that outside speed really came in handy there for Terrence Cross. First down for Malvern.
Great block on this end that really opened that up. But that's what the Hornets are going to have to contain tonight. And is anybody surprised that I formation is supposed to have Madre back there, or Harold Harris or somebody?
It's Terrence Cross tonight. It seems like there for many years that every year it was some other great back there. Honeycutt, the quarterback. Hand off left tackle this time. And again, some good blocking, but Luke Brown breaks through and makes the tackle as he gets it up to the 35-yard line. So a gain of 4 on that play.
I think it's kind of interesting that they ran to the other side of the field. Maybe they're trying to see the pursuit, or perhaps even trying to wear the Hornets out.
And perhaps
later on in the game.
Checking to see where, I think the pursuit, seeing which side pursues best. Of course, both sides really were to the wide side, and the Hornets switch according to their position to the field. Again, Honeycutt, the quarterback. High formation now.
There was movement, I believe, on the offensive line.
The wide receivers alternate for Malvern. We have a procedure penalty.
Thought there was movement on this side, Rob.
Instead of 2nd and 6, it'll be a 2nd and 11. Changes things considerably back at the 30-yard line.
Well, you know, with the success with the run, really on these first 2 plays, I don't think they're in a passing situation for sure yet. They might choose to do that.
Wideouts, they rotate. Adrian Smoot, a sophomore, and T.J. Meeks, a senior. Now they go with 2 tight ends. Nope, that's
Meeks on the wide side. And Honeycutt rolls to his right, looking downfield. He's got a man that's caught in and in and out of the hands. Jesse Jones, the cornerback on this side, actually got a hand on it. And Michael Eason kind of knocked off his
rhythm just a little bit, but it still
went through his hands too.
It did. Michael Eason is a good-looking receiver. That's the first time I've seen him this year. He's tall, great for a tight end, 205 pounds though. He's just a junior starter. Looks like he might have the tools to play at another level there.
He's the brother of their big senior defensive tackle, Brandon Eason, who many major colleges are looking at. Once again, Honeycutt will throw. He rolls to his right. And just as he gets to the line of scrimmage, tries to throw. Was it intercepted?
Now, I don't know if it's intercepted, but the Hornet coaches are calling interference on the offensive player because he grabbed his arm when he went by.
It was not intercepted.
It wasn't intercepted. It wasn't interference. I think he'd been out of bounds anyway, Rob.
Bobby Wynn on the coverage there and had him covered well. And so the Hornets will force Malvern to punt on their first series.
Robbie's number 19, and we kind of got lost in the sea of blue jerseys over here.
One of the things that Coach Patton told me just off the record is that they were thinking they might get a block punt tonight. Malvern may be a little slow. And they got close. Did not get it. Matt Brown gets away from the ball as he takes a Bryant hop, and the Hornets will have the football at their own 46-yard line on a short kick by the punter for Malvern, Michael McGrellin, left footer.
Didn't really go as they had scripted 3 and out, but it was still, 4 and out, 5 and out, or 4 and out, excuse me. But they got great field position, which is what the Hornets want, and they've already done something different. They started their first play call in the huddle.
They did, and they do have the tight ends. A couple of defensive guys, Aaron Mears and Patrick Defoe are at tight end. The lone setback, Luke Brown. He takes the handoff over the right side.
What a move.
Puts it back against the green.
He just juked left, and kind of like he almost stopped and just jumped left. And boy, when he did that, and he just ran everyone. Rob, this is one of the biggest difference for the Hornets team is that they have some speed.
Luke, ironically, is the snapper on the extra point. And so he makes that run, gets over the football now. And the Hornets, Nick Carter is trying to kick the extra point with Josh Palmer holding. Left side of the line really just blew the Malvern Leopards off the movement towards the right. Malvern was very big on pursuit, and they were unable to get back into position. Carter kicks the point through, and we have a Bryant lead over the Malvern Leopards, 7-0 with just 10:19 left in the first quarter.
Breaking our action gives us a chance to let you know Phillips Mountie Duke Real Estate is your real estate connection for Bryant and all of Saline County. They have over 30 licensed professionals to serve you. Arkansas Business Weekly recognized Phillips Mountie Duke as one of the top 15 firms in this state, placing them as the #1 Saline County real estate office. Bryant football is your team choice. Let Phillips Mountie Duke Real Estate be your realtor choice. Watch our tour of homes on Falcon Cable, Comcast Cable, and PAX TV, and to give us a call at 315-5000, 315-5000.
Just credit Luke Brown's vision of the field. He saw that open up on the left side. The play was designed to go to the right. He cut it back and was gone. Never was touched. Here's the kickoff. And he goes in and out of the hands of Michael Berry, and another touchback for the Josh Alt, the kicker for the Hornets. So again, the Leopards will have to start on their own 20.
Rob, just to let you know what a great weapon that kick is. Malvern is kind of down. All of a sudden, they're kind of shocked, And then you get that long kickoff, so they're going to go at least 80 yards every time. Of course, he's fortunate the ball went through his...
young running back Cross is going to just turn right around and run this big long touchdown for Malvern as well. Right on the heels of Brown's touchdown, but as it was, he picked up 19 and a first down.
I tell you what, Mr. Cross is program listed at just 140 pounds. He's a sophomore, but he's very quick.
And he has not been their starter. Their starter is injured. Scotty Moore, I think his name was Moore. Yeah, Scotty Moore.
Cross already has 33 yards, Rob.
He gets the ball again, gets hit in the backfield there this time. I believe that's Aaron Mears breaking through there, and he drops him for a loss. Gets some help coming up from Prim and Brown. But the first stop was Aaron Mears, and a loss of 1 on the play.
And where's that big 39? Now they get him a second and long, and it kind of stalled out that last time on the first drive tonight. Malvern did.
They did, after they had a penalty push them back. 9:23 left in the first quarter. Hornets with a 7-0 lead. Malvern with the football at their own 38-yard line. Take the handoff this time. Rolling out is Honeycutt, and he throws it behind Berry, who was open in the flat. And it's an incompletion.
Well, I thought for a minute that he threw a flag down, but he was just throwing his bag down there to mark the ball. Well, just anyway, they're trying to cross up the Hornet defense by going. They came out in an I, still had a wing back on it, but now they go back and just to that one back and put two wings out, trying to find something. I think they're trying to find something that'll work. But they've had a killer schedule, man. This is Malvern. They played Springdale, and they've come back with 5A School Benton, now 5A Bryant.
Third and 11 at the 38. Looking down the middle and knocked away by Jake Newell. He had his big tight end Eason streaking down the center of the field, but Jake was there to knock the ball down. Nice play by the middle linebacker.
You're right, Rob. It's a very interesting play. They send their tailback in motion. He comes down to draw attention that way, but Newell stayed home, and he came very close to picking off that pass. I think they're going to block this punt. I don't know why. I just sense it.
McClellan, the kicker, there are two McClellans, Michael McClellans on the field. Again, they made a good rush at it. Now they knocked him down, and there'll be a penalty. The kick again, and very short one, and the Hornets would have the ball at their own 32, but
as a 5-yarder, because it was inadvertent, but they're going to call it back.
They will. And we'll see if, let's see, get to punt it again.
Well, they signaled it for 5 yards, so surely they'll take the penalty, except they're looking to see where the ball was. You know, Rob, blocking a punt's kind of a difficult art because you got to give everything you got without hitting the kicker.
Yeah, you got to take the right angle, but that time they almost looked like they got blocked.
If I was Malvern, man, I'd kick this thing again. They didn't get them far enough down the field.
They are marking it off. 5-yard penalty.
Still fourth down, so they'll kick again.
4th and 6 now at the 44-yard line. They actually mark it from the first down marker.
Well, they're not going to kick it. They're going to go for it.
I think they think it may be an automatic first down now. And they've marked it a 4th down. And David Alfie
I think you're right.
Alfie is protesting that it should have been a roughing penalty, but instead a running into the kicker penalty.
I think he's going to lose his argument.
He is indeed, and the Hornets, the Leopards bring in the punting team again. Michael McClellan, their Michael McClellan, who spells his name MCL instead of Michael McClellan for Bryant.
Yeah, you need to pronounce it with a different spelling then, Ron.
McClellan gets the kick away, and this one's a better one. Kick. Matt Brown back at his own 15. He's got some room to run. Gets up to the 20, 25, and that's where he's going to be brought down.
He had some room to run, Rob. You know, I would love to play football, but I have never wanted to run back punts. You got these guys coming at you, barreling down. And it's a 41-yarder, which is a great kick, but the ball turned over well. The spiral was good. It's amazing how well you can kick the ball when there is no pressure on it.
24-yard line is where the Hornets will start off. They lead 7-0. 8:44 left in the first quarter. Again, the quarterback, Derek McCoy, he's got Luke Brown behind him. Double tight end. Now they're going to break out 3 wide receivers. They got 1 tight end. Again, they give it inside to Brown, and we've got flags marking the play dead.
That must be some type of procedure, Ryan. It's called before the snap, broke off foul.
Penalty is, again, as you were saying, procedure penalty. Make it a first and 15 at the 19.
Rob, I don't know how to count how many people here, but they're supposed to stand in everywhere, except on the Malvern side of the field, and they have a good crowd to make the drive up.
Hornets trying to go 3-0 in non-conference play. Conference starts next week for everybody. Malvern will be heading home to play Hot Springs in their first conference game next week. Now the shotgun for the first time. Double wideouts either side, and a direct snap to Luke Brown. He gets across the 20, back out to about the 25-yard line. As the Hornets keep it on the ground. They have a one-time, they went to doubles and wideouts for the first time of that time.
Rob, I don't know how far our broadcast goes, but I saw the same play, Washington versus Dallas, okay? So maybe the Dallas coaches scouted it, you think? That quick snap on it. The Hornets, by the way, are going into the huddle several times tonight, which is just different from their first 2 games.
They're at the 26. And here's a Fly pattern down the sideline of fade. They call it the fade. And perfectly thrown in a fine catch. Hand catch by Michael Wallace. Down the left sideline and all the way into Malvern territory at the Malvern 38 where he's brought down out of bounds.
Dropped the ball after he hit the ground, but he was already down. What a great play. We saw that a lot last year from that grandson of Mr. Zuber, you know, the first quarterback for the Hornets. Tanner catch that all the time.
36 yards on the first completion of the night for Derek McCoy. Now in motion is Matt Brown. No one in the backfield. Luke Brown is in the wing. McCoy rolls right, looks, throws in and out of the hands of Matt White. And incomplete. He was open in front of the Malvern defender on the play, who was Brian Kimberly. But an incompletion as he tried to make a move before he actually brought it in.
Great throw, though, on a rope on the money. Derek is ready to play tonight. Or young Derek.
2nd and 10 at the Malvern 38. Now the Hornets come back with the 2 tight end. Actually a full house backfield. Aaron Mears back there. Matt White and Luke Brown. Double tight ends, a very tight formation. And off up the middle off the left side to Luke Brown. And he's up stood out to 37, a short gain in that play.
I can assure you the Hornets are probably getting 4 down territory unless they have some kind of loss in this particular play. They're sending a lot more subs in this time instead of just lining everyone up.
They go without the huddle. Trips right. Matt Brown, the lone receiver on the left side.
There's no safety on that side of the field, Rod.
Josh Farmer in the ball game, along with Matt White and Michael Wallace on the right side in the trip formation.
They got 2 trying to guard 3. If he throws it right, they're going to have somebody open.
They do indeed. But they run the quarterback draw with McCoy. He gets close to the first down across the 30-yard line. This will be close to first down yardage. McCoy just took a step back and then headed up the field. And he's going to be inside the 30 at the 29. And they're going to measure to see if he made the first down.
Rob, okay, I haven't done my predictions yet this year. This one's going to be short, okay? It's going to have about a couple inches, I think, short.
Jim, you were right about the receivers, though. They had 2 trying to cover 3 over there.
Yeah, and most of the time that doesn't work.
Not ordinary.
But apparently they smelled a run on that particular play, and that's why the defender was able to come on in and get in on the play. Still think they're going to be just a tad short, but we'll see.
Set change the marker, and
no, they were just tabbed long enough. No. There it is.
Just by the nose of the football, a first down.
Well, I was wrong in my first one of the season. I'll try to work on that, okay?
Well, as long as you're wrong in the right way.
Oh, that's true. Now, being wrong in the right way. Brent, there's something to be said about that, isn't it? We're going to have to write that one down. Being wrong in the right way.
Trust doesn't have to make sense.
Well, that's true.
Sounds right.
Hey, this is the kind of draw the Hornets love to see. They just want to pound the football down. That takes some time off this clock.
Handed off inside to Matt White. He breaks some tackles, but then the ball is loose, and I think he may have gotten back out on it.
He did.
It got kicked around, ricocheted around among the feet, and Matt got it. Comes up with it.
Very fortunate. Very turnover. Very fortunate. He dropped right in the middle of a bunch of white-shirted linebackers. Very fortunate to get that back.
They're at the 26. It's going to be a 2nd and 7. White's the lone setback. Trips right. They fake the handoff. McCoy rolls left. Looks for Matt Brown, and he overthrows him. He was open in front of the cornerback, Tyrone Beard, on this side, but overthrew as McCoy was trying to roll to his left and throw back against the green.
I don't know if he was just throwing it away, or he did see how he opened up. Now, underneath receiver was coming perhaps a little bit close. Maybe that defender was getting too close. Couldn't really tell from this thing.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. Hornets' first 3rd down situation of the game. No, the second one. They made it just by a nose on McCoy's quarterback draw last time. He's under center this time. And fakes a handoff one way. Gets wide around the right side. He's got one man to beat and gets around him, but holds him. Oh, nice job of getting away. But before he's knocked out of bounds, short of the first down. Nifty running there by Matt White. He picked up, did a good job of juking around one defender, but took him long enough to get around him that another one was able to come up and stop him short of the first down. Looks like they may go for it.
Well, they're going to go for it, or they're going to try the field goal.
Looks like Harbert, now Alt's going to come on and kick. And the pickup there was 4 yards, so it's a 4th and 3 at the 22. Alls will set his tee at the 30-yard line. It'll be a 40-yard attempt.
He's got the leg for it.
5:39 left in the first quarter, and Josh Alt will try the kick. He's got it up, and it is off to the left. It was plenty long enough.
Oh, absolutely.
But off to the left. So the score remains Hornets 7 and Malvern nothing. And the Leopards will get the ball back at their own 20-yard line once again. This will be the 3rd time in a row. All 3 times they've had it, they've started
on the 20. They ought to be used to it by now. Unfortunately, you know, earlier in the season, I think the Hornets would have went for that, but I think you were talking about last week how they really need to get a couple of field goals made, and just so they'll have that weapon later on this season.
Malvern comes out now back in the I with their wingback slot. That's Barry. Carrots across the tailback. We'll give it to him over the left side. A little mix-up there in the handoff, and the Hornets are there to swarm him under in the backfield. Sean Reynolds among those there. Michael McClellan, Philip Friend, and Jake Newell. So this time Cross not able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Loss of 2. Second 12 at the 18-yard line for Malvern. Looking to get on the board. They trail 7-0 against the Hornets. They're on their own 18. They run the wingback reverse to Berry, and it's not going to play very well. And makes the tackle after. I didn't see who was in there initially that caused him to break the tackle in the backfield, but it broke up the timing. And Luke Brown brought him down to really maybe a yard.
Luke Brown just waited on him, and he was unable to get around on the outside. What a great open field tackle. And, boy, that makes it 3rd and long, and I don't know if this team likes being that way. Malvern doesn't. But, you know, from watching their pass receivers this first couple of series, I'd be finding that tight end someplace.
Yes, indeed. That tight end is Michael Eason. He's a big one. Honeycutt under center. Again, they're in the I. Fake the handoff, and he rolls out to the right, looks down the middle for him, and it's in and out of his hands, and incomplete. He was open ahead of Nick Black, but he just couldn't hold on to it. Looked like he didn't get his one hand on top of the ball, and it goes incomplete.
Nick Blair's at number 13, and I want to tell you, it was lucky this time because he would have run a long way, I'm afraid. What a beautiful-looking athlete, though. He's able to run with those graceful strides, you know, so he really makes noise as he plays with left receiver.
Michael McClellan back to front once again. Matt Brown, the lone setback. The Hornets with everybody else on the line of scrimmage. They go for it, but gets the kick away. Matt's got it at the 47 of Bryant. Gets up close to the 50, but he's brought down there. Nice job of coverage for Malvern by Curtis Simmons, their defensive end. So the Hornets will have good field position once again, and just like last week, they are winning the field position game.
Well, when you win the field position game, you need to score. So they need to put this ball in the end zone on this particular drive. And it's too bad they missed that field goal. I wonder if he'd go for that again. It'll be the same scenario.
They have a 1st and 10 at their own 47 right now. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Bryant with a 7-0 lead. Gone back to the double wide out the spread formation that they used so successful in the first 2 ball games. McCoy looks to throw. He's got a man on the slant. It's not down. Complete for a first down. Up across the 45 to about the 43-yard line. And the Hornets nicely timed pattern and a first down.
Sure looks like a first down. They hadn't signaled it yet, Rob. I think they're going to measure it. You know, Derek got pretty good when he let go of the ball. No, he didn't measure it. They went ahead and gave it back. Derek really got nailed right after that pass was done, but it was right on the money. Right the way to do it. And he almost scored it on that and picked up some more yards.
They ran a crossing pattern. Malvern up in a tight man-to-man coverage, it looks like. So the Hornets are going to attack it. He looks again. There's Matt Wright. Completed the 25. Breaks the tackle. Randall foul. Knocks the ball out of his hands. And it goes into the end zone. And out of the end zone. It's a touchback in Malvern football.
Can you believe that?
Oh, my goodness. He was headed to the end zone. Got hit from behind. And they knocked the ball loose in and out of the end zone. And Malvern will get possession at its own 20-yard line. Mercy.
And it's a new tackle technique we've really seen come in football the last 5 or 10 years, where they teach the defender when you're coming up from behind like that, slap at the football with your right arm or your left arm, depending on where it's at, as you make that tackle. And boy, they did it, and he popped it loose. And a tough break for the Hornets because he was gone. Well, he was going to be tackled, but he's going to put him in definitely the red zone territory.
Well, a big turnover early in the game now, and the Hornets, we'll see how they respond. It's the first time they've had this situation. Handoff up the middle. Nice running tough run by the sophomore Terrence Cross. He's up close to the 30-yard line, close to a first down for Malvern.
Rob, that's their second, the Hornets' second fumble tonight now. They've only lost one of them, but that is something they just cannot afford to do.
They'll be just short of the first down. Cross with a 9-yard pickup. And Malvern with a little momentum boost here with the turnover. White was down close to the 5-yard line. I don't know, Brent, I gave him a 35-yard gain. 33, okay.
Little equipment problem there. Mr. Newell's got to come off for just a couple of moments probably. I'll try to get him back in as soon as I can, I know. I believe
Michael McClellan moves into the middle linebacker spot. Justin Keenan at defensive end. Here's a handoff over the left side. Cross with a first down and more across midfield. He's down to the 40 as Jesse Jones tries to bring him down, and the Hornets finally catch up with him and bring him down, but not before Cross makes it to the Bryant 35-yard line. And the Leopards are fired up.
He has that look of a game breaker, doesn't he?
He does indeed. Hit that hole quickly. 36-yard run and a 1st and 10 for Malvern at the Bryant 35 with 2:20 left in the first quarter. Bryant trying to protect a 7-0 lead. Malvern trying to take advantage of a Bryant turnover on the way into the end zone. Kind of reminiscent of that Sheridan game.
Boy, is it ever.
We do have a timeout on the field.
I was trying not to mention that, Rob.
Now they wind the clock.
They had a little problem with the chains on the far side.
Wide out is Meat. Hand off to the fullback this time, and he's stopped up short. Nice job in the middle of the defense. Patrick Hunter is held to maybe a 1-yard gain.
And they clogged up the middle well that time.
Giving no gain on it. It'll bring up a 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Hornets are probably going to see their first 100-yard rusher tonight. Cross already has 75 yards, and this is just the first quarter.
He has been impressive, and he was a backup to start the season. This is his first start. He may have found him something.
I think he found something.
Honeycutt gives the handoff to Cross this time over the left side. He's inside the 30-yard line, or right at the 30. So pick up a 5, and it'll be a 3rd and 5 for Malvern, and big play for both of these teams right here.
Absolutely, Rob. This is going to be a critical play on this drive. Malvern finally has a taste of some momentum, so they want to absolutely keep it going. But, of course, the Hornets will want to stop it and force them into some type of decision where they have a 4th and long. But I don't know about their kicking situation, but at least inhibit some of their play count.
They're in the eye. Tight formation. Bury the wing back on the right side, the wide side. Cross gets the handoff, breaks the tackle. Able to fall forward. He's going to be short of the first down, but it's going to be close enough that they'll probably go for it. He picked up 4, and he's at the 26.
Rob, if you're a fan going on this 4th down play, 4th and 1, it looks like the way they're changing marking. You know, the fans would love to see the fake handoff and throw to the tight end or something like that across the middle. But you know that's not going to happen. This Cross is going to be the
fired up. The first real challenge here by the Leopards. Cross over the left side.
Just depends on his second effort.
It does depend on the mark here, and they bring it in. I do believe he has the first down. It's right at the marker, though. The Hornets did a good job of stopping that play off up on the left side. He's right on the 35, and they call it a first down. Just barely.
Going from this direction, Rob, when it's a right foot mark, he's going to make a close one every time.
So it's a 1st and 10 at the Bryant 25. The Hornets with a challenge here from the Leopards, and early in the game here.
Absolutely.
Hornets lead this one 7-0, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Well, at the end of one, our score, Bryant 7, Malvern nothing, but the Leopards are knocking.
Johnston's Maytag Benton Silvac has a new location, now at 1423 Military Road next to the new post office in Benton. But we've still got the best appliances, parts, and service you've known for over 20 years. We sell, repair, and service all makes and models. Check out our gas grill selection, sewing machines, televisions, vacuum cleaners, and much, much more.
If we don't have it, you probably don't need it.
Now at 1423 Military next to the new post office in Benton.
Location, location, location. These are three of the most important words in real estate, and Penfield Real Estate Better Homes and Garden is one of the most experienced real estate agencies in Saline County. Penfield Real Estate Better Homes and Garden is part of a nationwide network of real estate firms that have combined resources to give you the advantage of our local expertise, plus the benefit of our nationally recognized and respected name. So remember, when it comes to real estate, come to Penfield Real Estate Better Homes and Garden.
The holiday season is here again, so let Croft Jewelers offer you something your loved one will never forget. Jewelry with a unique design. Jewelry custom made to fit your desires. Plus, a lifetime guarantee on all diamond jewelry at Croft's. All this, plus a price you cannot afford to miss.
Hi, I'm David Croft. At Croft Jewelers, we emphasize quality, service, and selection, and we guarantee it.
Croft Jewelers, Little Rock, North Little Rock, and now in Benton to better serve you.
To demonstrate the unique construction of a Simmons Beauty Rest pocketed coil.
I wonder what would happen on our mattress.
John, we don't have a Simmons Beauty Rest.
Individual pocketed coil springs to reduce movement and help give you undisturbed.
We don't have a Simmons Beauty Rest.
How much less movement will you feel on a Simmons?
John, we don't.
Only Simmons has the Do Not Disturb mattress.
Katie?
Whoa!
Save up to 50% on Simmons Beauty Rest, all sizes on sale. Ferguson's in Benton next to Walmart.
BTS, it's back to school.
At Benton Bryant Karate for Kids Family Center, it's back to fun. Karate is great for kids. Build self-esteem and confidence. Learn self-defense and more at Karate for Kids.
BTS.
Want to do this? We'll show you how. Get started today with our back-to-school special, just $19.95.
BTS, it's back to school.
Benton and Bryant's Karate for Kids. Balloonatics in Benton is the largest balloon and gift store in Arkansas. You'll find more than 700 different balloons for all occasions, but that's only the start. Balloonatics also has candy bouquets, custom-made gift baskets, hundreds of soft, cuddly stuffed animals, a big selection of over-the-hill gag gifts and party supplies. Balloonatics is your Thai Beanie Babies official club headquarters. We do custom decorating for any event, and we deliver from Glen Rose to Little Rock. So what are you waiting for? Join the fun with Pat Gibson and her friendly, courteous staff at Balloonatics.
Rob, let's get these guys out of the end zone.
1st and 10 at the 25. It's Bryant's 25, and Malvern's got the football. They've driven this ball from their own 20-yard line. Then Honeycutt, the quarterback, hands off to the fullback, Hunter, and he jumps over the pile and gets ahead for 4 yards. Maybe, yeah, it's going to be short of the 20. 4-yard pickup there by the fullback, Patrick Hunter.
First quarter Malvern stats, they rushed for 85 yards, threw for none. So their total offense first quarter, was 85. Bryant rushed for 78, passed for 79. You couldn't get much more balance than that. Total 157, but 2 turnovers. 1 they got back.
2nd and 6. Again, the I formation. Barry in the slot. Hand off to Cross over the left side. He breaks some tackles and thought he was stopped at the line of scrimmage, but he broke through there, and he's down to the 17-yard line, so he's going to be 2 yards short of a first down. Nice running again by Terrence Cross.
Like I said, he jumped the pile as well and put a lick on somebody. I couldn't see the Hornet that was trying to stop him. Rob, he's looking more confident as this game is going on. We're still early, of course, in the first half, but he really is a good-looking runner. Malvern's going to call a timeout.
They have 11 minutes left in the second quarter, but they have a big 3rd and 2 at the 17.
We'll be back to the action right after this. Want to be sure to let you know Phillips Mounty Duke Real Estate is your real estate connection for Bryant and all of Saline County. They have over 30 licensed professionals to serve you. Arkansas Business Weekly recognized Phillips Mounty Duke in the top 15 firms in Arkansas, placing them as the #1 Saline County real estate office. After the game, take a look at our listings on the internet. You'll find us at phillipsmountyduke.com. We've got the site for community, school, and real estate information. That's phillipsmountyduke.com.
Hornets meeting with their defensive coordinator, Steve Griffith. Malvern back on the field, ready for their 3rd and 2 play at the Bryant 17. Hornets have not trailed this season since Conway led them 7-0 early in the first game. But Malvern is threatening to tie this one up. Terrence Cross, the tailback. And a handoff inside to the fullback. It's Hunter, and he's got the first down to about the 13-yard line. Quick hitter, and Patrick Hunter picks up 4.
It's not really, there's not anything fancy going on. They're just making the blocks, and they're hitting their holes. Right now, the running backs are hitting the holes. By the way, Mr. Cross has already gotten 89 yards this half.
He has been impressive. Quick. 1st and 10, we'll call it the 14, or maybe just inside the 14. 3-yard pickup for Hunter on that last play. They go back to Cross on a little pitch swoop to the left side. He's got room to run down the sideline, and he's just out of bounds at the 1-yard line, just outside the line of scrimmage. We do have a flag in the backfield.
I tell you, it's a holding call. What a killer call for the Malvern Leopard team. Yeah, I don't know how this ref was able to mark it where he went out. He went out on about the 6-inch line, but that holding call is going to bring it back. We saw a lot of that. You were referring to the Conway game. We saw a lot of that. Brent was saying it must have been behind the line. I couldn't tell. The flag was pretty close to it. We'll see where the mark is.
Going to mark it back to the 23.
Just past the line of scrimmage.
So it's actually a net of a 9-yard penalty. It's going to be 1st and 19 at the 23.
Boy, what a big play. It'll be interesting to see if the Leopards can overcome that.
Break for the Hornets. They go fake to Cross. Honeycutt back to pass under some pressure from Michael McClellan, and he gets him. McClellan went past him, shook off a block by Cross, and chased him down, tripped him up from behind, and a loss of a yard on that play when Honeycutt looked like he had some room to run. We'll call it a loss of 1 on the play. A nice play by Michael McClellan.
That'll make Michael McClellan's highlight film. Big old number 72. Isn't it the number that he wears?
Yes, sir.
He wears it with pride, too, man. Come from behind, make his last-ditch effort, tripped him up. Great play.
That's staying after it, I'll tell you. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 20 at the 24 for the Leopards.
Man, give it to Mr. Cross and let him see if he can get outside again. If you're on the Malvern side of the ball, okay?
We may see it. Nope, they fake it to him. Again, Honeycutt rolls out to the left, looks downfield. Barry's in the end zone, and he's got it for a touchdown.
What a catch.
The Hornets kind of looked back for the ball, and it was there. Barry made a leaping catch, and the touchdown is Malvern's.
I thought when he first released the football, that's his first pass completion tonight. I thought when he first released it, it was going to go well over his head, but he lofted it just enough. Great pass, great catch, and they overcome a killer penalty down here in the red zone.
80-yard drive for the Leopards, and they will now go for 2 to try to take this lead. Cross in the backfield. They've got the I formation. Double tight ends. Barry in motion, a wing back. And a broken play. Honeycutt has to scramble. He runs to the corner, and he is in. They say he is in. He got just inside the pylon. Lynn Honeycutt with some fine heads-up play there. It was a busted play. He went one way, the backs went the other, but he was able to run it in, beat the Hornets to the corner, and the Malvern Leopards take an 8-7 lead over the Bryant Hornets with 9:50 left to play in the first half.
Their fans are going absolutely crazy over there, as well they should. An exciting time for them, but a great time that we can see how the Bryant Hornets can respond to this kind of adversity. As you said earlier, they've only been behind now twice this year. By the way, that touchdown drive was a 10-play drive. It covered 80 yards after the Hornet turnover. We don't want to forget that. 9 runs and 1 pass, and boy, what a tremendous pass and catch that was. If you're going to only throw 1 pass that's caught in a half, make it be for a touchdown.
Indeed so. And, of course, the Hornets were on their way to scoring. They have not been slowed down offensively tonight.
Oh, no. They stopped themselves, you know. They missed a field goal, and so it'd be interesting to see how they respond, but I expect them to respond well.
They have certainly responded well in every situation of adversity this year, and we'll see how they do this time. Back deep, Matt White is the deepest man. He is flanked by Jonathan Jameson and Josh Farmer. Of course, Josh Farmer with a big return last week against Catholic after the Rockets had closed the gap.
Unusual kickoff formation, Ron.
The boot. is, well, we may have an offside. Simmons is the kicker, and we'll see what the flags are for as they whistle it dead.
Have you seen anybody try to do that before, where they line up two guys on either side of the football, three running with the kicker, or they're trying to disguise who's kicking it to set up maybe an onside kick later? Or
perhaps what? So. Perhaps that's the idea. If they do decide they need an onside kick, they can always go off their primary formation. Offsides Malvern. They'll move it back to the 35 to kick it off.
I don't think I've seen a kickoff lineup like this, have you?
It is unusual. Again, Curtis Simmons is the kicker. Straight on kicker. And he gets it away, end over end. It's going to come down to Matt White at about the 21-yard line. Mike brings it right up the gut. Breaks it outside, 20, 40, 45, and close to the 50-yard line. I misspoke. He was picked it up at the 21 and across the 30. He got it all the way out close to midfield, and once again, the Hornets have excellent field position.
You know, we saw this great improvement in the kicking game last week where they were able to really build a wall. And, Rob, I tell you, you get some momentum on Malvern's side of the football. You get momentum, you get excited, and all of a sudden you look up and the Hornets got first down on their 49.
That's where they're at. They go to trips right to the short side of the field. Matt Brown, the lone receiver, to the wide side, and he's got single coverage over there. This should be interesting.
Back in the no-huddle offense, and not only single coverage, but short single coverage.
Luke Brown gets the handoff over the left side, looking, and he's going to be stopped short. He gets across midfield. Pickup of only about 2.
I'm sure the coaches saw that lineup where it was one-on-one over there, man-on-man. Of course, that might change this time. Derek, by the way, so far, Derek McCoy, 3 out of 5 for 79 yards. Luke Brown, before that runs, 3 carries for 63 yards and a touchdown on that opening play of the game.
Double wideouts now, either side. It's Wallace and Farmer to the near side, the wide side of the field. Matt over on the far side, Brown and White. Luke Brown, the lone setback. McCoy, the quarterback. 2nd and 8 at the Malvern 49. Now Luke Brown in the slot. McCoy rolls right, looks, and his arm is hit as he throws the football.
Number 73 there for the Leopards got in the backfield.
Malvern's big Devin Dismuke, one of the captains, in there to actually just deflect the ball as it came out of Derek's hand, I believe. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 at the 49.
I couldn't see whether or not the receiver was open on that play anyway, but it's a dangerous pass because you're throwing all the way across the football field.
Again, Farmer and Wallace to the right. Matt to the left. McCoy looking to the sideline. The Hornets going without their huddle. And here comes Malvern on a blitz. But he gets the pass away, and not looking for it is Matt White. And it was overthrown anyway, so it's going to bring up a punt situation, I believe, for the Hornets.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they don't punt this one. They'll try to pin the Leopards back in. A little bit of confusion mix up on the signals there, but he was breaking free. They'll go back to that later on in this game.
So a big stop here by the Malvern defense after their touchdown. They take the lead. Michael Berry will go deep for the Leopards as Josh Alt comes on to do the kicking. 8:51 left in the half.
Still a little confusion going on over there, and they're going to have to call a timeout.
Things not quite moving as quite as sharp tonight as they did in the first couple of ball games. And the Hornets with a challenge here from the Malvern Leopards, and they'll take a timeout now with 8:51 left to try to get the lineups right.
Rob, the break in our action gives us a chance to remind the good folks of the people who bring you these broadcasts: by Rick Stevens Insurance Agency, by Shane Broadway, by the Learning Center, by your hometown newspaper, the Bryant Times, by the Bryant Booster Club, by Pepsi, by Phillips Mounty Duke Real Estate, and by Rick Lafferty and Dinah McEwen of Liberty Real Estate. Once again, if you're interested in being a sponsor of Hornet Athletics, be sure to call Coach Tom Farmer at 847-5601.
Well, we're about ready now. Got everything straightened away. Again, Barry back deep. And Josh Alt will be on to punt it.
I think they just have to punt on this one, Rob. They don't want to turn the ball over and have some kind of momentum for sure, or fail to get it right in the middle of the field.
Alt back. Snaps good. Kicks good. Wobbly kick that goes to the left sideline.
What a roll!
Bounce, and did it go in the end zone? Yes. Boy, a big effort there to try to knock it back by Jesse Jones there, but it did get into the end zone, so a 49-yard boot. by Josh Alt, showing off that big, strong leg again. Last week, what was it, a 51-yarder?
Yes, that was. 51-yarder, had a good roll. But you know what? Guess what, Rob? Guess what yard line the Malvern start?
Well, Leopards are on the 20 again.
As they have been, I believe, every time they touch football tonight.
Indeed. 4 possessions, now the 5th possession of the game for Malvern, and they've all started on their own 20.
And they've only scored on one of them, and that's probably about average.
That was the last one.
Yes.
But we'll see how they do this time.
We'll see how Mr. Cross runs this time.
He's upended as he gets across the line of scrimmage. Underneath there is Patrick Defoe. Nice job there.
Defoe put him on the ground that particular time.
McClellan in on the tackle as well. He did, however, pick up a couple of yards, giving 3.
He's kind of that kind of runner, Rob. He has that look on him that he's going to gain ground every time he touches the football.
Falls forward. 2nd and 7.
Keeps his shoulder square to the line. Looks good.
Lynn Honeycutt, the quarterback. Hunter, the fullback, and Cross dotting the I. Pitch to him. Short pitch. Breaks one tackle. Then he stood up and driven back by Philip Prim. Nice job by Prim. Gets help coming up from the secondary from Bobby Wynn. Jake Newell gets there.
We'll be back in shortly.
That's good to see. Smith is in the dots the I, and he fakes to him this time. Honeycutt looking deep to throw down the sideline. Barry has got a step, but he's in and out of his hands. He and Bobby Wynn were one-on-one, and just at the last second, Barry got a little boost there and got a hand on the ball, but was not able to haul it in. And it's a long incompletion on a 3rd and 6.
Wow, what a play, Rob. I want to tell you, we're going to see that again tonight. That quarterback can throw. He hadn't looked that sharp yet on his pass, but that one completion, I think, has unleashed his arm.
I don't know that Honeycutt's had as much trouble as the Malvern receivers have had trouble catching him.
That's right.
He's been on target. Frustrating thing for the young quarterback. But as it is, a big break for the Hornets. As once again, Malvern will be punting. Michael McClellan will be back near his own 10-yard line to try to get this one away. The Hornets, and there together, they're short a man. He comes on at the last second. Good snap. Gets the kick away. It's a high one. Going to hit at about the 43 of Bryant and take a hop sideways, and Malvern will down it at the 42, and that's where the Hornets will have it. Once again, excellent field position.
Rob, we have folks that are talking, and
Michael McClellan and Jake Newell going at it out there. McClellan, the punter, and both of them are whisked off the field
by their respective coaches, may I add. I think this is an important drive for the Hornets. They need to get something going. They're kind of out of sync, as you were talking about. They're not really as sharp. They need a couple plays to get them back in the groove and put some points on the board before halftime.
There has been a little bit of jawing in this game. I have noticed a little bit of that.
Oh, yeah. There always is, I think, when you're so close to each other geographically, you know.
McCoy with trips to the right. Matt Brown, the lone wide receiver, to the left. He gets the pass away just as he is hit, however, coming up from the backside on the rush there and knocking down McCoy was Kent McClure. And he got to him just as McCoy was letting go of the ball and knocked the timing of the pass off, so it falls incomplete, well short of the intended receiver. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 at the 42. 7:24 left in the first half. Bryant trying to come back from an 8-7 deficit here. Malvern kind of has seized a bit of the momentum after their score and stopping Bryant. Then the Bryant defense came up big.
Seized all the momentum.
Hornets again to the air. Tries to get away from the receiver. Gets it away, and Luke Brown was ready to roll with it. And not able to hold on to it, and it falls incomplete. McCoy did a great job of staying away from the blitz. Again, McClure was right in his face, and he got the pass away, but Brown couldn't haul it in.
That's the second time he came through, and this time he was untouched.
They tried to set up the screen play there, and it might have worked, but Brown not able to hold on.
Screen play is one of those classic plays you do against a rush.
3rd and 10. McCoy comes up under center.
They're going to see another blitz this time.
And they're looking like it. And the defenders, the corners are all man-on-man, one-on-one. Everybody's tight. They get the pass away, and it's incomplete. As he tried to go to the slant.
The interference, he grabbed his arm.
Josh Farmer was coming down the middle of the field on the slant, and I believe they may have gotten too much of it.
They did. They grabbed his arm when he was trying to raise it up. It's very obvious for everybody over here, but the ref in the middle was able to see it. Now, Rob, I know the coaches will make this adjustment, but when you have all your defense on the line like that, you just throw a little fade like they run so well, and they'll catch it at half the time.
Or that kind of a slant.
That's right, slant across the middle.
He was, they hadn't called that, and Farmer would have been able to catch it. If they hadn't held his arm, he would have been able to catch it. He was long gone.
That's right. He was gone for sure. Nobody had been able to get to him. But they held his right arm just enough to get caught.
Yep. 1st and 10 at the Malvern 43 for the Hornets. Again, this time they go wide with Luke Brown on a pitch. And we got a penalty flag, looks like in the holding territory, as Luke gets across the 40 down close to the 35-yard line.
And that's what it's going to be. Holding, and then, of course, then he elaborates and lets Coach know who did it and how he did it. But the Hornets are still a little bit out of sync, Rob.
Going to move them back into their own territory, back at their own 47-yard line. A 10-yard holding penalty. It'll be a 1st and 20 there. These are the things that the Hornets have had such good success at overcoming in the first 2 ball games when they did have penalty problems.
Going back to the huddle, going to try to make sure they call the play. They need 2 or 3 plays here to work to kind of get them back in the offensive flow.
Malvern has worked the blitz and been playing close, tight man-to-man defense in the secondary. The Hornets are trying to take advantage of that. They've got double wideouts either side. They run the reverse to Matt Brown. He's looking to throw the ball. Matt throws it deep to Matt White. He's open at the 25, the 20, 15, 10, touchdown, Matt White. He didn't fumble it that time. He's got it and into the end zone, and the Hornets retake the lead. Razzle dazzle.
Talking about 2 good plays, but I think they'll take 1 right now. You know, Coach Patton's got one of those that for every ball game looks just a little different. What a play call.
He used Matt Brown in so many ways in junior high. Of course, that was the last year when Brown and the 2 Browns and those guys were 9th graders. That was
right when Patton was
last year at the junior high. And he used Matt Brown for those kinds of things all year. And they came up big play after big play, and that's the first time he's used it this year. And Matt throws a touchdown to Matt.
Matt hit Matt
with the extra point, and it is up and good. And the Hornets take a 14-8 lead over the Malvern Leopards. Lightning strike.
Lightning strike. Their 2 touchdowns have been lightning. This break in action gives us a chance to remind you, folks, that Phillips Mounty Duke Real Estate is your real estate connection for Bryant and all of Saline County. They have over 30 licensed professionals to serve you. Arkansas Business Weekly recognized Phillips Mounty Duke as one of the top 15 firms in Arkansas, placing them as #1 in Saline County. Bryant football is your team choice. Let Phillips Mounty Duke Real Estate be your realtor choice. Watch our tour of homes on Falcon Cable, Comcast Cable, and PAX TV. And give us a call at 315-5000. That's 315-5000. Rob, that was a 4-play drive for 58 yards.
47 on the touchdown play.
But the big part of it was overcoming that big penalty. And, you know, we were talking about the momentum 53. And all that stuff going against them, and it was just a wonderful play.
And indeed it was. Matt Brown takes the reverse hand pitch and throws to Matt White for the 53-yard touchdown play. Now Josh Alt with the kickoff. Again, a deep one. This time, though, Berry will be able to return it. He takes it to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. How'd he get through all that, Rob? Close to the 40. Tried to cut back against the grain. The Hornets brought him down at the 38-yard line. The best field position of the night for Malvern.
Now, the reason that they were able to get such a good run back was, one, of course, he has great ability. But the other thing is the kick was kind of a line drive, and it got down there just a little bit quicker. And the Hornets were racing down the field, but they just hadn't got to their spots yet.
33-yard return, and 1st and 10 at the 38 for Malvern. Honeycutt, the quarterback, split wide to left. Adrian Smoot, handoff up the middle of the fullback. That's Patrick Hunter. Breaks a tackle, but gets maybe 5 up to around the 42-yard line. We have a fumble.
A fumble, and let's see what they call it. I haven't seen the stripes here yet, but the Hornets came out with it.
Indeed they did. The Hornets come up with the fumble recovery. It's Jason Rose, the sophomore linebacker, who comes out of there with it, stealing it away from Patrick Hunter. How about that from the young guy?
What a play, and they really did need it. And you know what else? Now the momentum has switched. By the way, I do want to let folks know Michael McClellan was in on that defensive series.
Yes, indeed. Good to see.
6 minutes left to go. Let's have a 6-minute, 15-second drive for a touchdown, Rob.
1st and 10 at the Malvern 42 for the Hornets after just scoring moments before. Patrick Hunter, the fumble for Malvern. Now the Hornets have snagged the momentum away from the Leopards. With a 14-8 lead, Bryant with the football. McCoy looking to pass. It's that fade route. Matt Brown gets separation and gets the foul. There's penalty flags on the play, and it may be offensive. This could go either way.
It depends on the call.
But Brown hauled it in and got down. They pulled him out of bounds at about the 6-yard line. Nice catch. Beautiful pass. Brown was in a tug of war.
Called it on Malvern.
Tyrone Beard. They did call it on Malvern.
Yes, they did. And so do you think they'll think very long whether or not to decline this penalty?
I think they'll take this pass.
Absolutely. Rob, you knew that play was going to be called because of the way the defenders were crowding up on the line. So they had to call that.
You got to burn them when they're playing that close.
You got to throw that fade there. Now they got good field position down there inside the 10, ready to punch this ball in.
A 36-yard completion. It's 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. 6:12 left to play in the first half. Bryant trying to add to a 14-8 lead.
Go in the huddle, and then they still wait at the line.
Luke Brown, the lone setback. Double wideouts either side. Let's trips to the left. Luke gets the handoff up the middle.
Boy, gets very close.
Steps his way down to the 1-yard line, just inside the 1. Nice, nifty running by Luke Brown. And his vision, Jim, is he sees where the cracks are.
He does. He's got some kind of peripheral vision, doesn't he? Because he just kind of feels his way and sees it and just pops over there. We don't even see the hole that he already sees is developing.
He's gone. And incidentally, they bring in the big, heavy guys now. Michael McClellan comes in at 1 pound inside, and they try the quarterback sneak, and Malvern had the pinch on, and
boy, did they ever.
Derek was just killed just as soon as he got the football, so no gain. He was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage on that one.
Derek was in the pinch. You called it a pinch, and he got pinched that night.
He did. Caught it from either side. We're going to bring up a 3rd and goal at the 1, and the Hornets now will call a timeout with 5:10 left to play in the first half.
And Rob, let's set up his
may have been shaking a little bit on that one. I'm not sure.
Yeah, try to make sure that he's ready to go. Now, Rob, what would you call down here? It's 3rd and 1, and I think you need to send Mr. Brown back up the middle again, or just send him wide. He'll find that hole.
You've got those big guys in there. Just use them.
Of course, when I say Brown, you don't know which one I'm talking about.
That's
true. And that's what you want Malvern to know, not which Brown you're talking about, you know.
We got brown, black, and white on this team.
So it's kind of hard to keep up with everybody.
It's colorful. The blue and white team with red.
That's right.
2 brown. It's a blue and white team with red trim and 2 browns and a white and a black.
Rob, I don't think you need to do anything.
Enough of that. Huh?
I can't. I need to move on. Okay. I don't think you need to do anything fancy down here. Let's smash mouth. Maybe go off tackle to one side or the other. Probably to the Hornet left. I don't know.
They move. Well, they've got that all set up, looks like.
Well, you know they're going to go for this if they don't make it on this play.
McCoy again tries to sneak it in, and he does get in. Got a good surge that time, and they just muzzled it in. Derek McCoy gets a touchdown. His first varsity touchdown.
Great for him to be able to hit that pay dirt, but you know, Rob, the pinch was not on that time. The 2 defensive tackles did not squish the center, and that allowed him enough room to kind of worm it in there.
Coach Patton may have called that timeout just to say, listen, we're going to get this in here like this. We're going to sneak this in here. You guys clear the way.
Yeah.
Just give them a little.
Plow the road, as they say. Plow the field. Be able to push them out of the way.
Now the Hornets are going to go for 2 since the score is an odd number. Malvern's with 8.
Look for a pass here.
They're going to go for 2.
Look for a pass.
They do throw the pass. Matt Brown on the quick one. There's a little behind him. He got a hand on it, but not able to haul it in. So, with 5:06 left to play in the first half, it's Bryant 20, Malvern 8.
Breaking Action gives us a chance to remind you of the good folks who sponsor the Hornet broadcast. Rick Lafferty and Dinah McEwen of Liberty Real Estate, by Phillips Mountie Duke, by Pepsi, by the Bryant Booster Club, by Bryant Times, your hometown newspaper, by the Learning Center, by Shane Broadway, and by Rick Stevens Insurance Agency Incorporated. We have now, Rob, really, and we say it many times, and I don't want to be a voice of doom, but you got to always acknowledge when extra points are not made, they have a way of coming back and haunting you later on in the game. Derek, by the way, now is 4 out of 10 for 114 yards. He has 3 carries, by the way, for 9 yards and a touchdown. Luke Brown has 6 carries for 71 yards and a touchdown. And Matt White has 2 catches for 85 yards and a touchdown. That was a 41-yard drive in 4 plays. Of course, the big one came on that one pass.
Josh Alt ready to kick off here.
He's going to put some more air under this one.
He does get in a little higher. It's shorter. Barry gets it at about the 6, and he follows it back to the 1, and that's where he'll take off. The Hornets close in, and he's not going to get past the 10-yard line. Talk about bad field position, and Malvern's had it all night, and this is the worst.
And the spot is going to get a good favorable spot. They're going to get to him about the 9, Rob. I thought it was more like the 5 or 6. But anyway, he fumbled it, and that's the price that you pay on any kind of little mistake.
Mercy, they did give him some forward progress there, didn't they?
I can't believe that forward progress. Too far.
So give him 3 yards officially on the return.
Right before that player, halftime guest, Mr. Scott is here. Scott Gray, a name that's going to be familiar to Bryant fans in the future, and he's going to visit with us for a few minutes during halftime.
Great, great. Good to see you, Scott. Hand off of the right side. This is Smith. He trips and falls and just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage if he did.
I don't think that he did, Rob. Of course, the way the spots are going, we never know.
Donald Smith, the tailback, and he did lose yardage back to the 8.
I need an angry fan comment on these spots. That's 2 of them there that I just wonder about. There we go. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Angry fan a little slow on the uptake there.
Well, he's still confused over that name change, you know, so trying to get the players straight a while ago.
That's my problem. I tell you, Donald Smith is the tailback. He's had a good half, and Terrence Cross has been getting credit for it. But now he breaks it, tackles across the right side, out past the 15 to the 20-yard line. Malvern. This guy,
you're not going to bring him down with arm tackling. You can see all those arms trying to grab him. They were able to see him, but there is no way they're going to bring him down. That's what the Leopards need. They need a first down and try to punch it out of the goalpost, the shadow of the goalpost, and then try to get it out. They'll get 2 or 3 first downs, and they'll feel pretty good about this drive.
4:04 left in the half. 1st and 10 at the 21. Malvern with the football, trailing the ball game 20-8.
It took him over 100 yards, Rob, already.
Donald Smith over 100 yards. This time we've got Philip Flynn meets him at the line of scrimmage, and he's pushed back. He did pick up maybe a yard. The Hornets swarmed him under that time as he tried to come off the left side.
I don't know if he went back under 100 or not. No, they gained a yard. So.
Give him 1. It'll be a 2nd and 9 at the 22 as Malvern tries to root it out from the shadow of their own goalpost, as you said. 3:28 left in the first half. Malvern just trying to take care of the football now. Maybe we may see him rise up and throw a pass here soon. They've been getting open, but been dropping a lot of passes tonight. Honeycutt's been on target. Gives inside on the wingback reverse, and the Hornets had that one. Boy, did he work out. And once again, it's the sophomore Rose coming in to make the play. Jason Rose getting a little more playing time tonight. Shows some enthusiasm there as he made the play on Michael Berry, and they actually lose yardage on that back to the 18.
Newell is still out right now, so Jason's getting a little more playing time like you're saying, and man, he's making the most of it. Got that fumble recovery. Now make a big play. Now Malvern's facing 3rd and long, and I still say, Rob, that tight end's going to catch a pass sometime tonight. He's too good an athlete.
The 3rd and 13 at the 18, 2:30 left to play in the first half. Malvern with the football. They trailed Bryant 20-8 after leading 8-7 just moments ago, seems like. Honeycutt fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right, looks, throws short, caught, and Burke. Boy, nice hit there. It was going to be well short, but Bobby Wynn came up and hit Michael Berry and knocked the ball loose. They call it incomplete. The ball dribbled out of bounds, and it's going to bring up a punting situation, 4th down.
Now, Rob, the significance of this is there's 2:22 left, which is plenty of time. They should have the ball at least on the 40 or 45-yard line now. Plenty of time to pop in for another score, or at least set up a field goal attempt.
Indeed. Hornets with everybody up on the line of scrimmage. Matt Brown is back at about the Malvern 47-yard line as McClellan sets the punt. Snap is good, close to it, but not getting it. And Brown fair catches it at the 50-yard line. Good rush put on there by Chris Melhorn, who blocked 1 against Conway. Got close to another. He was close to that one, but McClellan got it off, and the Hornets will have the ball at midfield with 2:15 to work. And
which is plenty of time for this passing offense. McClellan's a pretty good-looking kicker. A little slow, as we talked about. He needs to work on that speed a little bit, but he has good leg strength. Ball turns over for him.
They're going to mark it at the 49, just inside the midfield stripe. So Hornets in Malvern territory for the 1st and 10. Clock running down inside 2:15 now. Inside pass, incomplete. Again, the man-on-man coverage. That time McCoy tried to get it to Jonathan Jamison. Jamison pretty well covered. The ball knocked away.
Fortunately, it wasn't intercepted. It was a tight squeeze. He was trying to thread that needle on. This is the first night that we've seen Derrick under this kind of rush.
He's had a little more pressure tonight than, and of course, Malvern's quickness may have something to do with that. And they've been blitzing. Looks like they're threatening the blitz again. He's back, looks downfield, and just a little too far in front of Michael Wallace, who had a step on the defensive back, and he had been able to get it to him there. That was a big gain, too.
And we watched Derrick for now. This is the 3rd game. I think Derrick's just pressing right now just a little bit, trying to make sure that he gets that ball in there, and I think he's pushing it a little too hard.
So
he'll get it worked out.
3rd and 10 at the 49. Jason McClellan checks into the ball game. He's in a slot on the right side where they have trips. Handoff inside to Matt White. He's going to pick up a couple of yards, but then he'll be stopped short, well short of a first down. Now it'll be interesting to see what the Hornets do with a minute 57 and counting left in the first half. And 4th down and about 7 yards to go for a first.
Hornets are going to go for it, and that shows you that they have great confidence in their defense if they fail to get this. Because you'll be giving the Leopards the ball at midfield with a minute and a half to go, and we've seen the quarterback throw tonight. He's got the arm for it.
Boy will be looking at a 4th and 8. Yeah, they need to get inside the 40, so it's a 4th and 8.
I think he's waiting. He's going to call timeout.
They're going to use as much time as they can, and then they'll probably bring on the punt unit.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do. Waste some time.
Clock went down to 1:24. Bryant calls a timeout. And on a 4th and 8 at the 47, on will come the punting unit. That brings Josh Alt, who has been booming them this year.
I tell you, this game seems to have a closer feel to it. It doesn't feel like it's 20 to 8. It feels more like it's maybe 10 or 12.
A lot of that's been Mr. Smith, Donald Smith, who's had such a rush for over 100 yards for Malvern. But the key has been the fact that they've had to go so far. You know, the field position's really been the difference in this game.
You know, I don't know. We don't keep the stat on how much time of possession, but I would have to say Malvern's had the ball a lot longer.
Seems that way, sure. I think, well, that and the fact that Bryant's been scoring on big plays.
Need to get this punt off, Rob. Need a good snap.
Hawks back at his own 42. Nobody is deep for Malvern. They're expecting and playing for the fake here. Alt gets the kick away, angles it towards the left sideline this time, and it's going to be shorter than usual, but it again takes a Bryant bounce. It'll be inside the 20, I believe, at around the 15-yard line, so it ends up being a pretty effective kick.
Oh, yeah, gets them back in there in the field, which is where they've been all night. Now, minute 14, they're going to have one big strike if they're going to score before halftime.
16-yard line's where they're going to mark it, and Malvern will have a minute 14 to go 84 yards, and I bet you Mr. Smith, if he's able to get outside, can cover that pretty quickly, but
I think minute 14 would be more than enough time for that.
he has had quite a first half. Honeycutt quarterbacking. He's got a wide out to the left. That is Smoot. He hands off up the middle, however. Patrick Hunter got close to the 20-yard line. Mark it at the 20. It's going to bring up a second down.
Once again, Rob, Mr. Rose is in there on that play, isn't he? And that Jason again.
Indeed.
Running it up the middle, Rob, I think is you know, if something pops out, then we'll see what we can do. Otherwise, we're going to run this clock out and go into halftime and regroup.
We're inside 50 seconds now, and Leopards with a 2nd and 6 at their own 20-yard line. With this kind of field position, you don't want to take too many risks. Hand it off to Smith up the middle, and that's usually a pretty good idea.
That's a very good idea. He almost was able to get outside.
He almost broke that one off, and a nice job by Jesse Jones coming up to help make the tackle. And down at the 25. Pick up a 5. Would be short of the first down by a yard. 3rd and 1 at the 25.
Started the clock, Rob, a bit. There's a 4-second difference here.
This will be probably the last play of the first half. Honeycutt under center. Gets it to Smith over the right side. He juggles it, breaks a tackle, and then is brought down hard by Philip Prim He did get the first down, so they will stop the clock.
I'm going to tell you what, he just almost got his feet back underneath him, but he's going to be gone. And, you know, this is probably the last play here. Why not line up?
They do
Put
use
those
the
receivers
timeout.
over there, man. Throw them out there and throw it. I mean, what can you lose?
I'll take. There's 11.3 showing on the clock. Wide out to this side is Adrian Smoot. Smith dots the I. They did call a timeout, but they give it to Smith over the right side. Boy, he breaks the tackle, and Jesse Jones finally catches on to him, and they end up using this. This won't be the end of the.
They're going to have to go. I don't think it was face mask. I think he had the backside of the helmet.
Well, we'll see.
But it was something along that line. It had to be on the tackle. There wasn't any other white shirt over there.
He got up to the 40-yard line, or just clear of the 40-yard line, and the flag came in as Jones and Smith were wrestling. Luke Brown came in from behind, and we do have a flag. We'll see. Personal foul, grabbing the face mask, so we will have one more play.
I didn't see the face mask, Rob. I saw the hand on the helmet. Over the helmet.
No, they're calling it a 15-yard. Lead comes with 3.5 seconds left, so it kind of gives Malvern one last shot from the Bryant 44-yard line here. Honeycutt's shown enough arm, plenty of arm to make the pass from here. So
you want to get as much rush on there, but you don't want anything behind you. If you're a Hornet defender, you need some people playing outfield.
Hornets playing 3 deep. Now in motion, Michael Berry to the wide side. They got 2 wide receivers to this side. Honeycutt winds up, throws it deep down the left side. It's short, and Bobby Wynn makes the interception at the 13-yard line. That's how the Hunter is. Bobby Wynn picking off the pass. Still about 36 last minute for Hornets scoring the number. And at halftime, our score. The Bryant Hornets 20.
Johnston's Maytag Benton Silvac has a new location, now at 1423 Military Road next to the new post office in Benton. But we've still got the best appliances, parts, and service you've known for over 20 years. We sell, repair, and service all makes and models. Check out our gas grill selection, sewing machines, televisions, vacuum cleaners, and much, much more.
If we don't have it, you probably don't need it.
Now at 1423 Military next to the new post office in Benton.
Location, location, location. These are 3 of the most important words in real estate, and Penfield Real Estate Better Homes and Garden is one of the most experienced real estate agencies in Saline County. Penfield Real Estate Better Homes and Garden is part of a nationwide network of real estate firms that have combined resources to give you the advantage of our local expertise, plus the benefit of our nationally recognized and respected name. So remember, when it comes to real estate, come to Penfield Real Estate Better Homes and Garden.
The holiday season is here again, so let Croft Jewelers offer you something your loved one will never forget. Jewelry with a unique design. Jewelry custom made to fit your desires. Plus, a lifetime guarantee on all diamond jewelry at Croft's. All this, plus a price you cannot afford to miss.
Hi, I'm David Croft. At Croft Jewelers, we emphasize quality, service, and selection, and we guarantee it.
Croft Jewelers, Little Rock, North Little Rock, and now in Benton to better serve you.
To demonstrate the unique construction of a Simmons Beauty Rest pocketed coil.
I wonder what would happen on our mattress.
Competition edge.
John, we don't have a Simmons Beauty Rest.
Individual pocketed coil springs to reduce movement and help give
John,
you undisturbed.
we don't have a Simmons Beauty
How much less
Rest.
movement will you feel on a Simmons
John,
Beauty
we don't.
Only Simmons has the Do Not Disturb mattress.
Katie?
Whoa!
Save up to 50% on Simmons Beauty Rest. All sizes on sale. Ferguson's in Benton next to Walmart.
BTS, it's back to school.
At Benton Bryant Karate for Kids Family Center, it's back to fun. Karate is great for kids. Build self-esteem and confidence. Learn self-defense and more at Karate for Kids.
BTS.
Want to do this? We'll show you how. Get started today with our back-to-school special, just $19.95.
BTS, it's back to school.
Benton and Bryant's Karate for Kids. Balloonatics in Benton is the largest balloon and gift store in Arkansas. You'll find more than 700 different balloons for all occasions, but that's only the start. Balloonatics also has candy bouquets, custom-made gift baskets, hundreds of soft, cuddly stuffed animals, a big selection of over-the-hill gag gifts and party supplies. Balloonatics is your Thai Beanie Babies official club headquarters. We do custom decorating for any event, and we deliver from Glen Rose to Little Rock. So what are you waiting for? Join the fun with Pat Gibson and her friendly, courteous staff at Balloonatics.
carries for 9. Of course, Luke Brown scored on a long touchdown run on the first play, and then McCoy scored on the quarterback sneak. So both of them got touchdowns on the ground. Passing, the Hornets look very good. They are 5 out of 11 as a team for 166 yards. Derek McCoy was 4 out of 10 for 114 yards. Matt Brown on that fancy trick play was 1 for 1 for 1 touchdown. I don't know what the NFL formula is for quarterback rating, but he would be through the roof right there. 1 attempt, 1 completion, 1 touchdown. Let's call the career. Get that rating in his book. But congratulations to Matt on that touchdown pass. Now, the Hornets as a team, 256 yards in the first half on only 23 plays. 11.1 yards per play. And that's been the difference. I mean, the Hornets have been able to get the big play where Malvern has just been grinding it out and just had too far to go. Receiving for the Hornets, Matt White, 2 catches for 85 yards. And the
Hornets should get the ball back, and I'll tell you, I have one key for the second half. Are you ready?
Here's the key.
The key to me for the second half for the Hornets to make sure they take home a victory is getting that defense off the field a little bit. They have played a ton of football in the first half, and chasing Mr. Smith around the field is going to wear him out. And if this game stays close, it could very well come down to just a little bit of fatigue at the end of the game.
Well, the Hornets will get the football to start this second half. Malvern got the opening kickoff, and Bryant will get the kickoff to start the second half. The Hornets have moved the football well. There's been big plays, like you said. There haven't been those sustained time-eating drives. Of course, if you keep scoring,
right. It doesn't matter, of course.
It make it hard, but you're right. Defense could use some rest, chasing Mr. Smith around all night.
And he's a hassle to chase. Now, is he still, since we had the name wrong, we finally got that corrected. Now, he is still the sophomore starter. Is that correct? Junior, excuse me.
He actually was a second teamer, though. Their starter was Scotty Moore, and he's injured. And it's an onside kick, and it's not going to go 10 yards, and the Hornets come up and cover it anyway.
Well, what a dangerous play. You should if it doesn't come 10 yards, don't touch it.
Really, Brad Roberts came up and covered it at the Malvern 45. They didn't kick it far enough.
You know, we gave a little foreshadowing to that. We were talking about that formation a while ago and how unusual it was. You knew that something like that had to come out of that play.
Well, it
goes set.
1st and 10 for the Hornets at the Malvern 45, so the field position advantage the Hornets enjoyed in the first half, they continue to enjoy here in the second half. They go with the double tight ends as they started the game instead of the trip sets and the double wideouts that they've been using in previous games. Aaron Mears is the tight end on the right side, Patrick Defoe on the left. They hand it off to Luke Brown, breaks a tackle in the backfield, gets ahead for 4, maybe 5 yards. Looks like he'll be knocked down at the 41-yard line, a 4-yard pickup for number 4, Luke Brown.
Luke Brown comes up, he's shaking up just a little bit. I think he's going to have to come out. Or I don't know if he landed on the football or what, but he seems to be trying to catch his wind a little bit. You're not going to arm tackle him either. They just tried to grab his jersey in the backfield. He's saying he's okay, but he was shook up just a little bit and needs to catch his breath.
Been going both ways. They bring Matt White into the backfield, number 11 there. White gets a handoff over the right side, gets across the 40 to 39, maybe the 38, depends on the mark.
Well, this is the kind of drive that I wanted to see out of the Hornets, just where they're punching the ball down 3 or 4 yards. Now, of course, they need to get a first down score. You know, that would be okay.
They'll bring up a 3rd and 3 at the 38-yard line. A long 3. Again, the double tight end situation, wideouts to either side, handoff up the middle to Matt White. He's clobbered short of the first down. The ball is loose, but they're going to whistle him down before the ball came loose.
Malvern actually landed on the football.
Going to be short of the first down. Pickup of maybe only 1. It's going to bring up a 4th and 2 at the 37.
They're going to go for this one, Rob.
Luke Brown, the more powerful, the stronger runner, comes back in. White's the speedster. He'll move back out to a wide receiver. He'll be on the right side. On the left side, they've got Matt Brown. Luke Brown, the lone setback. Derek McCoy looks to the sideline for the play call. Hornets in a double tight end situation.
It's a big play early in this half.
Now we may have a trouble with the play, I believe, and they will call a timeout as they run out of time. McCoy was trying to get somebody to go in motion, and I believe they had a mix-up on what the play was.
He tried it twice to be able to get it, so the smart thing to do is to call timeout and kind of get their heads together. make sure they get the right play called. This is a big play, 4th and long, 2, maybe 3. Rob, this is a momentum swing, really. If the Malvern Leopards are able to stop them, they're going to get the ball despite that disastrous attempt at an onside kick, and they'll have good field position.
It is 10:18 left in the 10:08 left in the third quarter. Bryant with a 20-8 lead. Rob Patrick with Jim LeGrone, Brent Jackson on stats. Happy to have you along tonight. Third week of football in the high school football action in the States. Hornets playing their final non-conference game against the Malvern Leopards. Looking for win number 3. Now we'll go for this 4th and 3. McCoy steps to the line of scrimmage. Now looks back at his coach. Calls the play to either side. Malvern in tight on defense. Everybody up close. Handoff. Luke Brown gets the first down.
Well, how did he get through that, Rob? It looked like he was going to be completely stopped, and he was able to knife his way on in there.
Some good blocking by Joe Gould, and looks like it was Brad Roberts made a good trap block there, and Luke was able to get that first down. He's up to about the 33. A pick up a 4 when they needed 2.5. And a new set of downs. Now,
Malvern a little confused. I don't know if they have too many people on the field, but they were shifting and moving and yelling. But usually from that side, it's going to be a procedure. So I'm kind of surprised it is.
Yes, indeed.
I thought it looked like the Leopards were the ones confused. So.
Well, it'll be 1st and 15 at the 38 now. Fits and starts here for the second half.
By the way, that was that infamous referee I was told about.
Oh, is that right? Luke Brown back in at tailback. Hornets in a double tight end situation. Now McCoy steps away from the center, and they'll call an audible. Malvern to come up defensively, looking like they're bringing that blitz. They give it to Brown on the right side, and he's got across the 35 down to the 34 before he's really clobbered hard.
He was getting popped on the last 2 or 3 plays.
Big Brandon Eason, that defensive tackle, came down on him hard that time, but he got to the 34-yard line to pick up a 4 to bring up a 2nd down and 11. And again, they've got double wideouts to either side. Lone setback is Brown. McCoy looks to the sideline for the play call.
They got 1 on 2 on the left-hand side. I hope he sees it. Well, there the defender goes out.
They're trying, now they've got a flag. Somebody stepped offside.
Somebody must have lined up.
Malvern's trying to fake them, shift and fake and make them think that they're running a blitz when they're not, or make them think they're not going to blitz when they are. And so that because the Hornets call the play from the press box when McCoy comes up to the line of scrimmage, it's meant to keep the defense from changing. But Malvern's trying to defend that by shifting around and making Bryant unsure of what to call. 2nd and 6 at the 29. McCoy to throw. Down the middle. He's got his man Wallace. Takes the tackle. Inside the 10. Down to the 7 or 8-yard line. Nice catch and run by Michael Wallace.
You give old McCoy time to throw. He's going to thread that needle every time. And he certainly did. He rifled that ball in there.
Yes, indeed.
Great passing catch.
Looks like it's the 8-yard line. A 21-yard pickup. They threw the slant that time and burned that Malvern defense. It's a 1st and goal for Bryant now with 8:25 left in the third quarter. And they're all playing tight like that. You hit a quick pass.
That's right.
You can make big yardage.
Right. There's nobody back there to stop.
McCoy hands off to Brown over the right side. Slips the tackle and goes back against the grain and steps into the end zone for a touchdown. Luke Brown, nice run in traffic, an 8-yard touchdown run, and Bryant increases its lead, and they used up about 4 minutes off the
Well,
top.
see, that's the kind of drive I love to see. Man, they made some good plays, got kind of stopped a little bit, made a big play, and boy, did he cut back the grain or what. Man, saw the hole, he felt it opening like we talked about, and was just able to ease on in there, just slip on through.
Vision to see that crack and slip through. Nifty footwork there by Luke Brown on the touchdown run, 8 yards. Now Harbert with the extra point. It is up and it is good. Harbert puts it through and the Hornets take a 27-8 lead with 8:09. That's the play in the third quarter. First home game, and the Hornets now with a 19-point lead.
Well, we want to be sure to give credit to Farmer on that one, as he's the holder on that. was able to pick the ball up off the ground. Looked like kind of dribbled to him. That was a 7-play drive, by the way, over 45 yards. Luke Brown now has 11 carries for 91 yards and 2 touchdowns. Very quickly, want to be sure you know the sponsors of the Bryant Hornet broadcast. We're sponsored now by Rick Lafferty and Dr. McEwen of Liberty Real Estate, by Phillips Mounty Duke Real Estate, by Pepsi, by the Bryant Brewster Club, by the Bryant Times, your hometown newspaper, by the Learning Center, by Shane Broadway, and by Rick Stevens Insurance Agency Incorporated. Rob?
You made them pay for that bad onside kick.
Made them pay. Of course, it looked like they weren't going to for a minute. Still out of sync. I still don't feel comfortable about this lead. I need one more, and I think I'll relay.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens here. It's been a good night for Josh Alt, punting and kicking off. He's been a big part of the Malvern's poor field position. Now we've got a substitution. Michael Berry, who's been running back the kicks, looks like he may have a cramp, and he's coming off. And they've got a new man in the deep spot for Malvern to return this kick. Looks like it may be the fullback, Patrick Hunter.
Rob, I tell you, I had my leg broke, I had my knee tore up, but nothing hurts like a cramp. It just gets there and sticks to you, boy.
Here's Alt's kick. It's high and short. Going to come up to about the 20, and it's fielded at the 20 or the 17. Coming up the sideline there is Tyrone Beard, and he's knocked out of bounds short of the 30-yard line. Malvern will have the football there, and about as good as they've had.
They've only had one start out better, so really that's a pretty good start.
So they're going to mark it at the 26-yard line. 8:04 left to play in the third quarter. Malvern has a 1st and 10. They trail 27-8. Again, the tailback is Donald Smith, already over 125 yards tonight. He has been much of the Malvern offense, and he gets it to start the second half. And he's got good yardage across the 30 to about the 32 before Luke Brown tackles him. Luke's been everywhere tonight.
And what is in the water over in Malvern to keep coming up with these tailbacks?
That's where their offense is designed.
They're all 6'1", 6'2", fast, sleek runners, you know. They hit the hole well. Shoulders are well. Good coaching, obviously.
And like I said, this is not their starter in the first 2 games. Scotty Moore, who's out with a knee injury, was the starter in the first 2 games. But Mr. Smith has acquitted himself quite well. He gets it again, a little mix-up on the handoff, and Sean Reynolds twists Smith down just short of the first down marker. It's going to be right at just short of the 35-yard line.
Rob, I think that mix-up saved the Hornets some yardage because there was a hole on this side he could have run if he could have hit it just about one count quicker.
Like Jason Rose. No, Jake Newell's back in at middle linebacker for the Hornets. 3rd and a long 1, maybe 2.
What a wall they ran into.
There was Justin Keene.
I can't believe this spot.
I think Philip Prim had the first hit on him, met him and stood him up, and the Hornets pushed him back, and he's going to be short of the first down at the 35.
What a spot.
It's going to bring up a 4th and 1 at their own 35-yard line.
And they're going to go for it, Ron.
They feel like they can get a yard. At 6:28 left to play in the third quarter. They trail 27-8, so Malvern in a position now where they've got to hang on to it. They will try. Hand off to that man Smith, and he is hit. And I don't think he got it. And what a place to be stopped. Somebody put the bridge to him there. Again, Philip Prim stepped into the hole and knocked him back. There's Patrick Defoe, Bobby Wynn. Hurstwood on the tackle, and he's short of the first down, and the Hornets will take over at the Malvern 35-yard line and looking to add to a 27-8 lead.
Great stop, great 2-play stops in that particular time, right? He ran into a mountain, like you said. And, man, what a turnover. Now, Malvern coaches just knew at this point in the ballgame they're going to have to score and catch up. They had to keep the football, I guess, in their mind.
Well, it certainly invites another score from the Hornets. They get double wideouts to either side. Luke Brown, the lone setback behind Derek McCoy. McCoy runs the flip on the reverse. Again, Matt Brown looking to throw. He's got Wallace complete at the 25, and he's dragged out of bounds at about the 22. 21-yard line for Matt Brown, 2 for 2 on that reverse pass.
I tell you what, he's thrown like he's thrown it all his life, you know. What a tremendous throw. But, you know, his primary receiver was streaking toward the goal line, and he was covered. So Wallace was a safety valve, and he was able to pick up some good yardage. Another first down.
13 yards to the 22. Matt Brown, there was some thought about moving him to quarterback in his high school days, but he's such a good receiver, and in this way, you're able to use him in a lot of different ways, and he's certainly shown his versatility tonight. Luke Brown bounces out of the pile, gets around the left side, and he's got some running room, around down to the 10, breaks out of another pile, 5, and calling him out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Luke Brown.
We're signaling at the same time, so obviously he had the angle, so he must have struck that.
He was right on the play. 5:55 left in the third quarter, and the play was sneaking in for a touchdown.
Gets his kick down, and I'm pretty confident that he will. What a great run he just made. He just kept bouncing left. You think he was called. He took 2 steps sideways. It just a tremendous kind of hiccup. Ran into a pile at the line of scrimmage. Jumped outside. Ran into another pile at about the 5-yard line. Bumped it outside again, and took it down to the 1-yard line. This time with 5:53 left in the third quarter. Welcome back to the camp. Remind you that First County Beach Real Estate is your real estate collection from Bryant and all of Lincoln County. They have over 30 licensed professional custodians. Arkansas Business Weekly recognized Phillips County Group is one of the top 15 firms in this state. Team charge, select Phillips County Group for your realtor Play drive. Covered up 35 pretty quick. Yes, they did indeed. And that's okay. Just kind of scored. Do you think anybody's going to notice that? I don't know. You know, they might. Hornets did get some mention in the Associated Press poll. They were ranked 12th in the AP poll this week. This might pull them up. Very back end to field the kickoff, and again he fumbles it and goes through his arms, and it goes into the end zone for a touchback. And I believe that's about the 3rd touchback for Josh Hall tonight. He's been rooting it. And in defense of him, he thought somebody else was going to take the ball, so he just kind of laid on over there, kind of nonchalant, and the ball kind of went on through there. Once it goes to the end zone in high school ball, it's automatic touchback. And you need to remind Bryant of that. He about jumped out of the box. Well, now seeing he's going to go cover that fumble in the end zone. If he'd actually caught it, it may have been, you know, and then fumbled it, it may have been a live ball, but he didn't. They just said he didn't control it. What a hit by Sean Reynolds. Smith made it to the line of scrimmage and nothing else. Big hit from number 55, Sean Reynolds. He broke through, and now the Malvern offensive line's starting to develop a few holes, and a couple of them come up a lane there. Well, the Hornet defense, by the way, is now, man, they can lay their ears back and get after it, man. Swarm the football, do what they want to do. They got this kind of lead. Rob, we keep having some kind of interference coming over our headphones. I hope our signal's still getting through clearly, but otherwise we apologize. Malvern, honeycut. Once again, Smith over the right side. Meets a lot of resistance, and he's brought down short of the line of scrimmage. Tried to spin out of one tackle, and the Hornets have been much more crisp on their tackles here in the second half. Mueller in on that, along with Aaron Mears, Bobby Wynn. For the exception of one play this half, they've been clogging the hose up really well. Give him a yard on that. Good adjustment by the coaches at halftime. Crisp tackling here in the second half, and Mr. Smith has been bottled up. He's been slowed. Wide out to the left. That is Terrence Cross. He's in the game as a wide receiver.
Hand off once again to Smith over the left side. He gets some running room, but he's going to be short of a first down as he gets out to about the 28-yard line.
What do you say that punt this time, Rob?
Too willing to.
Well, they're just going to have to.
Certain.
Nothing is certain, you're right, but they're just going to have to find. He picked up about, 7 yards on that one, Brent? Yeah. So Brent just gave me a stat there for, Smith's been running all the way everywhere. His last 5 carries have only gained 9 yards.
They have bottled him up here in the second half. They've done a much better job on him. McClellan, again, is in to punt. Back to receive the kick. This time is Matt White in for the first time to receive a punt. McClellan's left footer is away. Wobbler hits at about the 47 of Bryant and takes a Malvern bounce. And it's going to be down near the 35, maybe the 36-yard line. So Hornets really with one of their worst field position starts here. Starting at their own 36-yard line, and just like last week, Jim, field position, the Hornets have taken care of it.
They've had it the whole time. When you make a team drive 80 yards, whether it's professional, college, or what, they're just not going to do that every time. And Malvern's had that all the time, but their defense is they've made their field position. Hornets have.
Indeed. Trips to the right as the Hornets line up for their next series. Wide out to the left is Matt Brown. McCoy looking to the sideline for the play. Furthest to the right in the trip formation is Michael Wallace. Pitch to the right. He breaks a tackle in the backfield, shoots around another tackler on the sideline, and gets up to about the 42-yard line. Matt White with a nice run on a pitch sweep.
And there's no way he should have made anything on that. He just kept dipping and dodging and breaking tackles. Should have been called in the backfield for a loss. I thought for a minute he had to look like he was going to throw the ball again.
Yeah, he did. 6-yard gain for Matt White. He's been on the receiving end of one of Matt Brown's passes. But Matt White in the backfield now. They're giving Luke Brown a little breather. McCoy in the shotgun. He's got trips to the right side up to the left side of the field. Wallace the furthest. Hand off inside again. White across midfield. Dragged down around the 10-yard line. Matt White totally off the ground. He outran the defense on the corner on that one.
He's going to pick up a couple of yards and pull him back that half, but he's just a little bit above normal, wouldn't you say?
He did show some speed. One of the quickest the Hornets have had in a long time.
That's right.
That ended up being a 48-yard run for Matt White, and he's got good totals now too, both passing and running. Just outside the 10, so it is a first down, and they can get another first down. We'll give him 47 on that and make it a first and 10 at the 11. Got room, Rob. He takes it to the left end, tries to get around the outside, breaks the tackle, and is dragged out of bounds around the 5-yard line. Matt White showing his speed, utilizing it again. Embry came up and caused him to go wider. Couldn't get a hold of him. White broke that tackle, but he was brought down at about the 5.
That gives him about 72 yards already tonight.
6-yard pickup, a 2nd and 4 at the 5. 3:02 left in the third quarter. Bryant trying to add to a 34-8 lead. McCoy rolls out the right. He looks to throw. There's Michael Wallace. Michael Wallace calls it in, and Hornets hit the 40 mark.
Great offensive show so far tonight. Rob, would it pretty to give able to watch the pass that way? Wallace was clearly open. It was just whether or not the ball was going to get there. Caught it on his fingertips. Great catch.
And good touch by McCoy on the pass.
That's right. He was
a little bit off of it. We had a flag, but they're waving it off. I didn't notice the flag. It's in the end zone on the far side.
By that same ref, by the way, Rob. I just want to point that out.
But they did wave it off. And the touchdown stands, and now they'll line it up for the extra point. Luke Brown, the snapper. And Nick Harbert lines it up for the extra point.
They got to take care of that swing and gate play because the Hornets were in it the first game.
They did. Harbert will try to make it a 41-8 lead. He's been perfect tonight, knock on wood. Keep it perfect as he knocks it through. And the Hornets take a 41-8 lead over the Malvern Leopards with 2:57 left in the third quarter. Matt Bryant, good time.
Remind you tonight, the sponsors of Bryant football broadcast, and also let you know, again, next week, the creek don't rise, the wind don't blow, and those guys get that tower done. We will be on the air live, also on another station on 93.3 CD Country in Arkansas. Moving to Bryant, so we're excited about Bryant having their own radio station for our community.
And, of course, we'll still be on Falcon Cable.
And tape delayed on Wednesday night, so hopefully you're getting those tapes made and everything's taken care of so you can be a proud sponsor of the Hornet broadcast. Sponsored tonight by Rick Lafferty and Dinah McEwen of Liberty Real Estate, by Phillips Mount Duke Real Estate, excuse me, Mr. Duke. My dog's name is Dookie, okay? It just came out that way. Excuse me. Phillips Mounted Duke Real Estate, by Pepsi, by the Bryant Booster Club, by the Bryant Times, your hometown newspaper, by the Learning Center, by Shane Broadway, and by Rick Stevens Insurance Agency. My apologies again for mispronouncing that, and I'll get it correct next time.
You're allowed several.
One faux pas, is that right?
Well, tonight several, because I had a major one in the first half, and so, you know, you got a lot of ground to make up.
Okay, so that's good. Then we'll be able to take care of that.
Josh Hall will be set to kick off, and he's been a big part of this victory tonight. And his kickoffs and the Hornets' coverage have kept Malvern bottled up and deep in their own end. They've had a long way to go every time they've gotten the football. The only time they did drive for a touchdown, they had to make it an 80-yard drive. And field position has been key, just as it was last week.
Wallace so far has 4 catches, Rob, by the way, for 75 yards.
Big night. Big night for Mookie. Here's the kick. He comes up short of the 15 this time. And this is Beard. He brings it up the sideline, and big hit out of bounds. Nick Black knocks him out at about the 26, 27-yard line.
Lucky 13 put a pop on him that time. Picture-perfect tackle, fell off the block, and was able to nail the runner. This is the third best field position they've started with on the 26-yard line.
That says a lot about why it is 41-8. The Hornets, of course, have come up with big play after big play, and see Jeremy Wooten warming up on the sideline. We might see the junior quarterback here in the next possession.
I would expect to start seeing a lot of folks. We'll be sure to try to get the numbers and names in for you. But everybody's name get called. High school football is so much fun. We want to make sure everybody gets the credit.
Got a few subs in there this time. Here's the handoff to Smith. He is dragged down across the 30 to maybe the 31 or 32-yard line. Pick up a 5-yard for the tailback, Donald Smith. Big first half for Smith, but he's been slowed here in the second half. As the Hornets have doubled their lead.
I think the Hooten picked a good game to come and see if Bryant was for real or not.
Indeed. And to the Hooten's credit, they did pick the Hornets by 14. It was a little short, but, you know, they're usually...
I'm not going to comment on him. I've already said my piece to Mr. Hooten this year. So
here's the pitch to Smith. He gets up close to the 35. He needed to get to the 37 for a first down. They're going to mark it back at the 34.
Whatever adjustment the Hornet coaches made at halftime apparently is working, because we certainly have a lot more blue shirts around him. Mr. Smith is not able to get those 3 or 4 yards untouched now. Somebody's flashing by coming to.
I see Justin Keene in the game. Andy Summers, the pro's still in. Matt Lewis is into the ball game. Jason Rose back in. And a first down run by Smith as he spun away from the tackler. Actually, it was his own offensive lineman who had been pushed back into him. And he gets the first down out to the 39-yard line to pick up a 5. And first and 10 for Malvern.
You're right, Rob. I didn't catch the number of the Hornet lineman, but he pushed him all the way in the backfield, pushed his opposition that way, and nearly was able to knock the block off and make that tackle in the backfield.
Jason Rose, the sophomore linebacker, is in there, along with 36. That is Adam Hurley. Also in at linebacker there. I'm trying to catch the number. I believe that is Chance King, another sophomore. So a lot of the subs getting into the ball game. Honeycutt rolls to his right, under pressure, looking to pass, turns it upfield, and Rose has a hold of him and drags him down.
If I'm right, isn't that the first pass attempt of this second half?
May well be.
But he's had. By the way, Smith now has gone over 150 yards. He's got 156 yards on 29 carries. And I want to tell you, that's what we call a bell cow work. When you carry the ball more than 20 times, you're working.
See that Jonathan Jameson's in on defense for the first time. Also has Alex Bedinas in. Shea Wrench at one of the safety spots along with Jameson. Josh Bomback still in, one of the starters at the other corner. 2nd and 11 for Malvern at their own 38. Again, Smith is piled up as he gets close to the 40-yard line. Rose again in on it. Matt Lewis there, as well as senior Patrick Defoe, who's in there anchoring that defensive line. He's going all the way tonight. Now Defoe will get a rest, I believe. Lewis is coming in.
Can you imagine 30 carries already? We're not even to the 4th quarter.
2-yard pickup. It's a 3rd and 9 now for Malvern.
Just in a hurry to get this play off.
That will be the last of the 3rd quarter if they do not get the snap away. We're going to the final 12 minutes of this ball game. Bryant's in command. Our score after 3 quarters, Bryant 41, Malvern 8.
Johnston's Maytag Benton Silvac has a new location, now at 1423 Military Road next to the new post office in Benton. But we've still got the best appliances, parts, and service you've known for over 20 years. We sell, repair, and service all makes and models. Check out our gas grill selection, sewing machines, televisions, vacuum cleaners, and much, much more.
If we don't have it, you probably don't need it.
Now at 1423 Military next to the new post office in Benton.
Location, location, location. These are 3 of the most important words in real estate, and Penfield Real Estate Better Homes and Garden is one of the most experienced real estate agencies in Saline County. Penfield Real Estate Better Homes and Garden is part of a nationwide network of real estate firms that have combined resources to give you the advantage of our local expertise, plus the benefit of our nationally recognized and respected name. So remember, when it comes to real estate, come to Penfield Real Estate Better Homes and Garden.
The holiday season is here again, so let Croft Jewelers offer you something your loved one will never forget. Jewelry with a unique design. Jewelry custom made to fit your desires. Plus a lifetime guarantee on all diamond jewelry at Croft's. All this plus a price you cannot afford to miss.
Hi, I'm David Croft. At Croft Jewelers, we emphasize quality, service, and selection, and we guarantee it.
Croft Jewelers, Little Rock, North Little Rock, and now in Benton to better serve you.
To demonstrate the unique construction of a Simmons Beauty Rest pocketed coil.
I wonder what would happen on our mattress.
On the competition edge.
John, we don't have a Simmons Beauty Rest.
Individual pocketed coil springs to reduce movement and help give
John,
you undisturbed.
we don't have a Simmons Beauty
How much less
Rest.
movement will you feel on a Simmons
John,
Beauty
we don't.
So,
Only Simmons has the Do Not Disturb mattress.
Katie?
Whoa!
Save up to 50% on Simmons Beauty Rest, all sizes on sale. Ferguson's in Benton next to Walmart.
BTS, it's back to school.
At Benton Bryant Karate for Kids Family Center, it's back to fun. Karate is great for kids. Build self-esteem and confidence. Learn self-defense and more at Karate for Kids.
BTS.
Want to do this? We'll show you how. Get started today with our back-to-school special, just $19.95.
BTS, it's back to school.
Benton and Bryant's Karate for Kids. Balloonatics in Benton is the largest balloon and gift store in Arkansas. You'll find more than 700 different balloons for all occasions, but that's only the start. Balloonatics also has candy bouquets, custom-made gift baskets, hundreds of soft, cuddly stuffed animals, a big selection of over-the-hill gag gifts and party supplies. Balloonatics is your Thai Beanie Babies official club headquarters. We do custom decorating for any event, and we deliver from Glen Rose to Little Rock. So what are you waiting for? Join the fun with Pat Gibson and her friendly, courteous staff at Balloonatics.
There's all kind of stories like that, and it was just a great thing.
Homecoming next week. We'll be here for you. Here's Honeycutt rolling left, looking to pass. Under pressure, Rose has a hold of it. Jason's played a good game in relief. And good job there, Chance King in on that tackle, as well as Matt Clark, another sophomore. So 3 sophomores combined on that attack. And Leopards will be forced into a punting situation once again.
This is one of the luxuries that the Hornets have not had that often. They have a chance to play some players to get them ready for varsity action in the future. There is no substitute for experience in any level.
There's McClellan's kick.
What a kick.
One. Gets it to 40. Matt White gets away from it, and he was dragged down. They down the ball at around the 35. I don't know if that Malvern defender thought that Matt had the football or was just having fun there or not.
I don't know, but he
swung him
down.
around.
fans were reacting to that. Got those third quarter stats from Bryant. Malvern has rushed for 164, passed for 23 for a total of 187 yards. Hornets and Bryant for 159, passed for 206 for 365 yards so far tonight. And I think they're going to add to that. What can you say to the Hornet coaches and the defense this second half?
Jeremy Wooten, and new quarterback, the junior. He's got double wideouts to either side. Jason McClellan. Jason McClellan is the lone setback. Jonathan Jameson comes in motion. Hand off to McClellan, and he's raced through a couple of good job in relief there last week, and he's getting some action here tonight. Picked up 4 on that play. It'll be a 2nd and 6 at the 38. Gets the handoff from a little mix-up in the backfield there as Wooten hands it off to McClellan, and he's up to a 39.
Tell you what, the hole was there, Rod. The play would have worked had they not had the mix-up. I do want to make sure I say hi to one of my favorite people in the world, Amber Baker, as she's having little setback in her physical situation, but all our hopes and prayers are with her. So, Amber, we want to say hi to you, let you know we're pulling for you.
Best wishes. Wooten gets the play from the sideline, calls it out to either to the wide receivers, steps under center, looks to throw. Ball is knocked out of his hands. He catches his own pass, and I don't think he can do that. But it, just in case it was called a fumble, the ball was slipped out of his hands or was knocked out of his hands, and he grabbed it and was hauled down at about the 46-yard line.
Can't do that if you throw the ball up there like that. You're supposed to. Oh, it's face mask.
It's a 36-yard
call, but you're supposed to knock it down. But that face mask, what play to keep the offense rolling.
And they obviously called it a fumble, and face mask penalty it's a 5-yard one. So loss of 3 on the play, but a 5-yard pickup after that on the mask, and it's going to give the Hornets another down. It'll be 3rd down. They're at the 42. They need to get to the 44. 3rd and 2. Wooten looking to throw, and he's hit as he throws it. The ball comes loose, and is it a fumble or a forward pass?
They call it a fumble.
They did call it a fumble. Malvern's Brandon Eason falls on it. It's a good thing he didn't keep his feet, because he almost had it long enough. He almost had it in the air.
Oh yeah, he did. He would have been able to score. Yeah, there'd been no doubt.
Loss back to the 36-yard line. 6-yard loss on the play. 9:40 left to play in the ball game, and Malvern has first time they've started a drive in Bryant territory. They're at the Bryant 36-yard line. Bryant leads it 41-8. Frank at the quarterback. He's gone all the way. Pitches it to Smith. Around left side. Breaks a tackle. Gets outside. Jonathan Jameson finally rising down. And now we have a flag coming in late.
I don't know what the flag is, but they put it at a place where they'd be holding.
They got out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Pickup of 9 on that carry. But the flag is back behind where he eventually went down. They're going to call it a clip. Will they mark that from the point of the foul or from the line of scrimmage into the run?
The ref is calling it a push in the back, I believe, and he's calling it a clip.
We're moving back to the 33 and marking it from where the clip occurred. So give a 3-yard pickup to Donald Smith and mark off 15 on the clip. And a first down. The result will be a first and
away.
22.
First and a great distance to go.
They need to get to the 26-yard line. They're at the 48. And off up the middle to Smith. He's lassoed. 44. He has been the workhorse.
I'll tell you, if he continues like he's going to hit 40 carries tonight. And that's just almost unheard of.
Not in Malvern.
Well,
but you're right.
But still, 40 is a great number, even for Malvern.
Yeah.
And he's getting close to it. I think he's 32 so far. And they'll have at least one more possession probably tonight.
2nd and 18 at the 44. Fake to Smith. And Honeycutt on the throw. It's a little too sure they're going to go for this one. 4th and 13. They're at the 39. And Smith stays in. Honeycutt stays in. Checking into the ball game. And TJ Meeks, the wide receiver. Tight end. Kenneth Simmons into the ball game, along with Michael Eason. Big tight end on the near side is Eason. Got another wide out to the near side. That's Chris Adams. Now, going in motion is Smith. Honeycutt looking to throw, but he's hit. Andy Summers hit him and pushed him back, and then he got the ball from Justin Keene and Sean Reynolds and Stein on the play. It looked like Andy was just shot out of a cannon there, and he was not going to be denied. So the Hornets will take over after that 7-yard loss. And it'll be 1st and 10 with 7:29 left to play. 1st and 10 Hornets at their own 46-yard line.
I expect this, they won't have any bobbles in the backfield this time. Kind of got their one series under their belt. I expect them to have crisp man zones.
Wooten, the quarterback, McClellan, double wide out to either side. Now in motion is Kevin Littleton. Handoff to McClellan up the middle on an inside handoff, and he gets ahead for about 3, maybe 2 yards. Depending on the mark.
Hornets will want to drive the ball down the field, but they'll take some time off this clock. You know, 8 minutes, under 8 minutes, 7 minutes and counting.
Comfortable lead for Bryant, 41-8, well on their way to a 3-0 start to this season. Sheridan will be here for homecoming, and if Sheridan beats Hot Springs tonight, it'll be a battle of unbeatens. Handoff, fake up the middle.
Oh, man, yeah.
And just tripped up as he got to the corner.
Had some run to room, and it was just, like you said, just tripped up, grabbed that old shoelace tackle. I tell you, Rob, Sheridan has my attention. I'm sure he has the Hornets after last year. That was the one game that they pointed to, Patton said, turned their whole season around. They were doing so well. I'll let you call the play.
Kent McClure was in on that tackle. Now, a 3rd and 8 at the 48. Wooten looks to the sideline for the call. Double wide outs either side. To the near side, it's Josh Farmer and Kevin Littleton. Now coming in motion is Jonathan Jamison. They give it to him on the flanker around, and Malvern ready for it that time. And Jamison well short of the first down. He gets across midfield, but it's going to bring up a punting situation for the Hornets.
Rob, as we were talking about, we remember last year, old Jackie Brown fumbled down there inside the 10-yard line against Sheridan.
Bad memories.
And he's never fumbled his whole life, I don't think. And,
other than that, yeah.
Yeah, and picked that game to do it. And it's a game the Hornets feel like they should have won. Sheridan, of course, took the victory on that. Feels like they should have won, so it ought to be a tremendous ball game next week.
Indeed, and it's been a developing rivalry.
It really has been.
In every sport. Alt is in to punt once again. Kind of got a short drop, but he gets the kick away. Nice spiraling kick. Coming down to Michael Berry at about the 15. Again, he bobbles it. Jesse Jones is there, and he recovers for Bryant. Good hustle by Jones as he fought off a blocker and grabbed the ball, and it's Bryant football at the Malvern 6, and Michael Berry's trouble catching the football has been a bane to Malvern's existence